There are only two people that are making a list of people in the news tonight, but they're connected, interestingly enough, by one man. Tonight, we're hearing from not one, but two young men who say a megachurch pastor coerced them into having sex when they were teenagers. It's a hell of a story. First, Atlanta TV station WAGA tracks down Jamal Paris. This is at a Colorado store parking lot. They question him. Paris, by the way, didn't want to talk to them. But after a while, they tended to nudge him and ask him questions, and finally he turned and said, "Fine, I'll answer your questions." And he answers the reporter's inquiries. Here it is.
That man cannot look me in my eye and tell me we did not live this pain, while you can sit in front of the church and tell them that you categorically deny it. You can't say that to our face, and you know this. You are not a man, you are a monster.
Paris is one of four young men who have filed a lawsuit against Eddie Long. And remember, Long is an outspoken opponent of homosexuality, which brings to this story a certain sense of irony, if not hypocrisy. In separate lawsuits, the men say that Long gave them expensive gifts, took them on trips, and then coerced them into sexual relationships when they were still just teenagers. Here's more of what that alleged victim says.
I cannot get the sound of his voice out of my head, and I cannot forget the smell of his cologne, and I cannot forget the way that he made me cry many nights when I drove in his cars on the way home, not able to take enough showers to wipe the smell of him off of my body.
Pastor Long has not given any interviews. His spokesperson and lawyers say that categorically they are denying the accusations, but Long did talk about the lawsuits in a sermon last night at his church. I want you to listen to some of this where he talks about spiritual warfare.
I'm speaking in the spirit, and I'm not speaking about individuals and all of that. This is spiritual warfare. And I pray for mercy for all who are involved and forgiveness and all of these things, even me. But what I want you to know, this, such somebody said, this is warfare. And I don't care how bad it looks, something good is being birthed. No, something amazing is being birthed.
Did you notice what he was wearing? Now bring on the lawyers. The lawyer for four men, Bernstein, says that she is not happy about that Colorado interview. She says that her client was ambushed.
Jamal was at the grocery store in the middle of the night. He wasn't expecting a reporter to be there. You can see by his face, he's kind of shocked. And the reporter, first he said no, and then the reporter kept asking him questions. And this is very raw for him. And there was just this one question, and it opened a floodgate in him. It opened a floodgate of what is happening to him, his feelings, and those are very real.
The lawyer for the pastor is also lashing out, saying the accusers and their lawyers are unfairly using the media to tell this story. Here's a statement from Long's attorney. The appropriate place to try the lawsuit is in a courtroom. There are rules on how civil litigation is to take place and how counsel should conduct themselves. We intend to follow those rules. But lawyer Bernstein is saying, look, she tried to keep her clients out of the media storm.
CNN has not chased him. No other network has chased them up until this point in this way. Obviously, there are phone calls made, but I have been clear every single time. From day one, go back and play my press conference. I said, these boys are not available for interviews.
All right, back now to that young man in Colorado. His lawsuit says that he left Long's church disillusioned and angry. Here's one more thing that I want you to listen that he said to the reporter.
While the media and the press and the rest of the people around the city or around the country look at us like, how can a grown man let another man touch him? What you have to understand is this man manipulated us from childhood. This was our father, and we loved him.
From childhood, a second young man now speaking out. Atlanta's WSB television station went to Charlotte, North Carolina today to talk to a 22-year-old Spencer LeGrand, another young man who has also filed a lawsuit against Eddie Long. According to our affiliate WSB, LeGrand says this was the right time to come forward.
It's a hard time for the world, and, you know, I have no hate for anyone because that's not, God doesn't produce hate. And I just, you know, I pray for everyone, you know, especially Bishop, because he knows the truth.
Now